Space, the final frontier.
This is the podcast State of the Federation.
Its continuing mission.
To preview strange new ships.
To seek out new builds and new combinations.
To boldly go where no show has gone before.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Federation, and welcome to another episode of State of the Federation. It's always a pleasure to have you all here on your #1 strategic Star Trek Attack Wing podcast. Joining me, of course, this evening, we have the illustrious, the newbie, but the #2 in the world. We have Joseph. Joseph, how are you doing today?
I'm very well. Not great baseball-wise, but in all other respects, quite well.
Sweet Caroline. Oh, oh, oh.
And of course, we have our illustrious diva. We have Tucker. Tucker, how are you doing today?
Will, I'm doing well for the exact reason that Joseph is not. For those who aren't aware, the Red Sox and the Jays are actually in the middle of a series right now. So,
But we're pros, so we're going to focus on attack wing.
he's saying that because his team is down 4-0. Anyway, so yeah, I'm doing well. For those who don't know, I actually just released the first episode of my spin-off project, Battle Station. It's available through iTunes. I focus on building what's the word? Janky ships. Take a janky ship, make 50 points out of it. First episode was on the Jemadar battleship. Next episode is on one of my favorite Federation ships that never got enough love. But we'll wait until Friday what that's going to be. Anyway, yeah, that's one of my 2 plugs. The other one's coming at the end. So, yeah, let's do it.
Sounds like a plan. First up on the list today, we have the wonderful, the miraculous, the last ship that has been released that we haven't reviewed yet, the Ratosha. The must-have buy for all of your Bajoran needs, right?
Hasn't the Terex technically been released?
Well, the release for, retail waves.
For winners.
Been released for winners or people that have Star Trek around them.
Or people who have been bribed by certain tournament organizers to plug their events at the end of their podcasts.
Also those.
You're one of those now then, eh? Alright, we've got the Ratosha. 18-point Bajoran scout ship. 2 crew slots. Has 2 attack, 2 agility, 3 hull, 2 shields. That's a lot of 2. The Federation kind of action bar, with all the good stuff on there. And after you move, if your ship is within range 1 of a friendly ship, you may perform a battle station action as a free action. I like free battle stations.
I love free battle stations. You gotta love that ability.
Did you have something snarky you were trying to say, Tucker, while I was starting this off?
No, not really.
Oh, well, that's no fun. I like snark.
But I will say, I did, but it's not relevant now. I mean, look, let's talk about the fact that free battle stations is awesome.
Yes.
Like, there's another card in this. You're like, but Tucker, it's on a 2 attack ship. And I'm like,
that doesn't matter.
There's another card in this pack that really helps with that. I'm not spoiling it.
No spoilers.
I mean, everybody knows what it is because it's been out for a month.
It has not. 30th,
I think
2nd.
it actually has.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
3 weeks and 6 days.
Yeah, so we're on top of things.
All right.
No one can ever say we're not.
But as far as ships go, a little bit on the fragile side, and no weapon slot. But not to be not to be totally outdone, it does have the target lock action, unlike some ships that don't have weapon slots. So if you got a weapon slot on
Oh
this,
my god. Oh my god.
Hmm.
That ship is so bad.
Mm.
It's a medical vessel.
With a big head, a big giant head. All right,
Now, let's talk about things. Yeah, like let's talk about things in order.
like the captain with a big giant head. Oh wait, he doesn't really have a big giant head. He's got a
Who doesn't have a big giant head?
4.6 skill, 1 talented captain named Krim. Krim? I don't even remember this guy. But his ability is add 1 crew upgrade slot to your upgrade bar. When defending during the modified defense dice step, you may reroll 1 of your defense dice for every damage card assigned to your ship. Maximum 3.
So, this is terrible.
I've seen worse.
Anything that gives a crew slot is, I mean, you got to give it a look, I guess. But boy, I can't disagree.
Oh yeah.
On
the bright side, he does come with a
got-
talent slot. He does have a little bit more skill. I mean, the closest thing I want to compare this guy to is Evek.
Yeah, and DeSoto, right? He's a little like him too.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Krim, if you're curious, is a flag officer of the Bajoran militia.
Is he the one that took over
and-
DS9 by hostile takeover that one time?
Yeah.
He looks like a villain.
He looks like a villain, but he's not. He does nothing consequential after Deep Space Nine actually becomes an interesting and good show. Sorry for getting some noise
Which is what?
from me, by the way. I'm
Episode
making the
1?
switch. No. Do you know how long we had to deal with politics on Bajor before we got anything interesting?
Hey, come on. I mean, I think we've got like the most hated character in all of sci-fi and fantasy ever, aside from like the lady in pink from Harry Potter.
Or Neelix.
Dolores Umbridge? Wait, who are you even talking about?
Kai Wynn?
Oh, she's not even on my top 5 worst Star Trek characters. She's bad, don't get me wrong, but...
Oh no, I'm putting her as one of the most hated.
No, I mean...
Because every time she appears, she makes me want to punch someone.
Who did you
Okay,
say?
yeah, that's true. Kai Wynn.
Oh yeah, yeah, she is bad.
That's true. I will say this. She is definitely... Anytime she shows up, you know the episode is going to be boring.
Yes.
And we've got a Neelix lover in the crowd. But going back to Krim, the utterly unremarkable.
He's 5 points on any ship you want to put him on too, because he's not going on a Bajoran ship.
Yeah, because you want him on a cloaking ship of some sort.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you could technically put a cloak on a Bajoran ship. Maybe that's not so bad on a Corum.
Does Okorum even have a tech slot, or do you even have to get that to it?
Well, I think, isn't there a way to get a tech slot in this pack?
Maybe. I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, by the way, that's a terrible build and don't ever do it. The problem with doing Battle Station is that it severely skewed my idea of what's playable.
Mm-hmm. Hey, free battle stations with cloak is not bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, actually, yeah, that's a really good point.
The only time I've ever faced a Bajoran swarm fleet was by coincidence on the day I bought my 608 to try out. So
oh dear.
You can imagine how well that went for me. Quite well. Because the mags are on there.
Put Krim on DS9?
Yep.
Why
would you ever put Krim on what?
Thematics! I don't know. I think David's trying to troll us. I know that's you, David. I'm watching you.
What is his username this time? Not Math Guy?
No, it's his regular username.
That oh my god.
On the other hand, we have another captain. De Kanu. Kanwu? Can
Nobody
you?
cares.
De, can you? Okay. 3-point Bajoran captain, 4 skill. When attacking with your primary weapon during the roll attack dice step, you may set one of your attack dice on the result to your choice. If you do so, place an auxiliary power token beside your ship. This die cannot be rolled or re-rolled during the round you use this ability.
Crit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, there's no reason for anything else.
Well, I mean, double hit if you're for some reason playing with an elite attack die, but still.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But
This is the kind of captain you want on a swarm ship, right? Because their attack dice are so low that getting one sure crit is amazing.
Well, this is also the only native quality that Bajorans have. Like, when I was building a Bajoran pure fleet, don't ask. Like, I went straight to this guy because every other
what do you mean,
option-
don't ask? You went into it at great length in the last episode.
Did I?
Yes. We were talking about the guys from Red Maneuvers, maybe.
Shut up.
But yeah, I mean, this is the same ability that you use basically with Picard, but you don't have to pick a faction.
Yeah,
Picard A
although
had
you don't
Picard.
get the defense die either.
True.
You don't get
You get
the
an
extra
ox.
slot. And you get an ox.
And you attack at a 4.
So
But
it's
still
like,
3 points.
yeah, that's true.
We can't all be
I mean-
Ahab Picard.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the captain I end up comparing him more to is Toreth on the Romulan side that says convert a hit to a crit. This will just flat out give you a crit, and it can't be rerolled, which is a problem that Toreth actually has.
Is it?
I don't know. Why would it? Maybe.
No, because Defender has to modify your dice beforehand, and then Taurus
Oh,
would
yeah,
modify
yeah.
it after that.
Right, and then whereas for this guy, since you're doing it before the attack roll, he has to include that text. Okay, fair enough.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Toreth is still cool.
Yeah, I guess I don't. The only other thing I really, well, aside from all the other magnificent points you all mentioned of why he sucks, I mean, is not as good as Picard. He also only worked with your primary weapon.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's playable. Like, if you, for example, were at a major tournament, say the World Championships, and forgot the cards you actually wanted to use in your room, you could run this guy as a captain, and it wouldn't be terrible.
Nice.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to figure out how to switch over.
Gotcha. So while we might lose Tucker for a second, we're gonna go ahead and read off Jero Essa, the Bajoran Admiral. 1 point, Bajoran Admiral. He gives +1 skill, and he gives a talent slot. So again, cheapest you can get in the game next to Hiran. Fleet action: discard one of your Bajoran crew upgrades to perform this action. Each time you defend this round, during the roll defense dice step, roll 2 additional defense dice. This card may only be purchased for a Bajoran ship, and that's the horrible, terrible, unfortunate part.
That does limit him.
What limits him is the fact that he's terrible.
Well, there's that too.
I pay 1 point for an extra captain skill. I pay
Yeah,
0 points for it if I'm using officer exchange for some crazy reason.
Yeah, but you already have
Sure.
Huron for that. Like, you need to compare him to existing options.
And Hiran does just about the same thing, doesn't he? Discard a crew for an attack die. This is discard a crew for 2 defense die.
2 defense die is substantially worse than an attack die.
And it has to be a Bajoran crew specifically. But in a Bajoran pure fleet, I mean, this guy is hilariously fun, right?
Still terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think you're going to run him in any Bajoran pure fleet.
Yeah, 1 point for 1 captain skill and
But
talent.
you know what though? Tucker's right, because a Bajoran fleet would be terrible. So
Unless you're oh no, you can't run 2 copies of DS9 because the Bajoran DS9 is unique.
That's correct.
Sadness. But we have other things we can use. Let's see, what's up next on the list? Oh, here we go. And here's the card I think a lot of us have been working for. Bajoran Militia. 3-point Bajoran crew. Action during the combat phase. Add a number of attack dice equal to the number of Bajoran Militia upgrades assigned to your ship. Max +3 until the end of phase. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Bajoran ship. Now I'm assuming this actually gives you +3 attack dice, not a limit of a total attack dice of 3.
don't be so hasty.
Oh my god, please let's not do this again. Look, I mean, Okay, assuming the sane version, this card actually goes, like, you can do some kind of cool things with this. Like, if you go OXP with this and DS9, you can do like 8 attack dice in a 360.
Yeah. Well, Terraknor anyway. That's the one we prefer.
Well, no, Will. Terraknor is not Bajoran.
Yes, but we're using OXP.
Yeah, what?
Bajorans,
I'm not sure what the point
Bajorans
of
on a Bajoran station have no benefit from OXP.
Oh yeah, never mind.
A fleet.
Well, no,
A
hold
fleet
on. What was
captain.
I? That's what it was. Yeah, it was a fleet captain in the fleet. That's how I did it.
Okay,
I made this build and I was like, they got a 1-point discount somehow. I just don't remember how.
that makes more sense. Or in those venues that use multiple resources, a fleet captain and OXP together, that would be fun, right?
Except, as you just pointed out, OXP doesn't. Yeah.
Terraknor with Bajorans on it. Too bad it can only be purchased for a Bajoran ship. Does the space station count as a ship? I guess technically it does. It has to.
Otherwise, it couldn't be attacked. I don't think.
Or you would have to get 3 other actual ships to be in your build as well as Deep Space Nine, and that's already pushing it.
Yeah. So you're paying 6 for them with a fleet captain, which is not bad.
To get an action for +3 to attack dice, and that's actually not bad either.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously we have said again and again, +1 attack die for an action is not worth it.
Yep.
+2 generally is. See Scotty. +3 for +3 attack dice for 1 action is super baller amazing.
Pretty darn good. Because if you think about it in the same way as like, oh, well, I've got 5 dice and target lock. Well, you're probably only re-rolling 3 of those dice anyway, so rolling 3 more dice gives you a better range of results.
Or you could combo Spock with a certain captain we'll be looking at later today, and high energy sensor sweep and get target lock in battle stations and +3 dice.
Or we can combo this with Captain, either a Cisco or a Mirror Cisco or a Mirror Kirk. Use the Bajoran militia, then disable or discard them, and have like +6 attack dice for ridiculous reasons that no one really knows why.
Okay, that's actually pretty fun.
I'm rolling 12 attack dice at you. I need to go buy another dice pack.
Do any of the little smaller Bajoran ships have 3 crew slots? Two's the max, right?
Yeah, but they have captains that give you crew slots. There's fleet captain independent. Like, there are ways to get crew slots. What's annoying is that there aren't ways to get crew slots that don't involve your captain. I'm looking at you, stinky dauntless. But yeah, it's doable.
If you had 2 Bajoran militia on a swarm ship, on a Ratosha or whatever, you could get, and then what's that old elite Bajoran elite talent that gives a
militia.
Militia, yeah, like you can get them all up to some serious attack dice.
Yeah, and the best part is, by the way, you want to know one of the best ways to get +2 crew slots on a ship?
Wayun?
I do.
Wayun! The irony is staggering.
Wayun's my spirit animal.
Yes, Will.
Not some stinky lizard. We don't need stinky lizards. But yeah, Bajoran militia, I mean, even with only being limited to Bajoran ships, I mean, pretty good. If you are willing to spend the points to, get the extra slot to get 3 of them wherever you're going.
Interceptor Dreadnought!
Do we know how many come in the pack?
3.
3.
3. That's good.
It's lovely, kind of like the Romulan security officers.
Yeah. So if you buy 2, I don't think you'd ever run more than 6. In a fleet, I mean.
Tucker, how many did you have in that fleet you submitted? 7? 9?
7, 9. Yeah, there were a lot.
Madness.
Madness.
Shoot da whoop. Yeah.
On the other hand,
There's.
I wonder how useful this could be on the Bajoran Lightship.
That ship's going to be awesome. That's going to change the game.
Please.
That's my
Really?
most anticipated ship.
It's going to
I
change the
really
game
hope
and
not.
change our storage solutions because no matter where I put it, I'm sure it's going to break in half.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
It's like the dragons.
No, I got to be honest with you. Like, I am not looking forward to that ship because it's just gonna break everything. Like and that's so terrible. Like,
And if
we're
it
already
doesn't,
at a point. We're already at a point where the two of the most tactically important ships of this game are a Romulan science vessel and a shuttlecraft, and we're gonna add to that this stupid wooden spaceship out of one of the worst episodes of DS9.
The solar winds, they power it up.
hey, we could get a talent out of that for the Dominion, which is launching fireworks, okay? You launch fireworks and you rub it in your opponent's face that they won. I'm sure that's how
It's gonna cost 4 points and have
I'm sorry.
slots.
I'm sorry. Could you say that again? You're going to rub it in your opponent's face that they won.
Exactly.
Can we go on to the next card, please?
Assault Vessel Upgrade. 4-point Bajoran question mark. You may fill any slot on your upgrade bar with this upgrade. Your primary weapon and shield values are at +1. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Bajoran Scout, and no ship may be equipped with more than one Assault Vessel upgrade.
Oh.
So this turns these ships into a 3-2-3-3. 3-2-3-3, yep.
There's a lot of nice design things about this, right? Like the question mark is great, and it's a big step forward. That it exists at all, right, means that they know they need to power up some of these ships. And I don't think I'd ever take the Ratosha and not put this on. I mean, it's always good. I don't think it's enough to make it a good ship, but
then where do
it's a good card.
But then where do you shove all your militia members?
Yeah, I totally thought this gave you a tech slot. I'm actually kind of unhappy.
And it'd be nice if it could also work for the interceptors too. I like the interceptors. But
You stop trying to make interceptor dreadnoughts.
hey, I wasn't the one who made that. That was the other guy at my venue.
It's been done.
It has been done. And it will no longer work because, well, besides the suggested format. I don't know why it wouldn't work besides the suggested format. Because flagships are gone? That might be it. I'm sure we could remake it with Fleet Captain, though. It's nice to have any slot on your upgrade bar, but considering that the scout ships only have crew upgrade slots, like this seems to be a moot point, especially when it says upgrade bar, so you can't fill something like a random weapon or tech slot you got off of a Fleet Captain. Or any other captain. Or Balana, or whatever. Tholian dreadnoughts. We're not talking about Tholians right now, Pinecone. We're talking about the Bajorans and their wonderful attempts at creating a provisional government, which I'm certain was like 50% of all the episodes of the first 3 seasons. It's always about the provisional government. Provisional government, 5 points. Bajoran talent. Action. Discard this card to target a ship at range 1 to 3. You cannot attack that ship, and that ship cannot attack your ship this round.
It's a bad diplomacy.
Still not as good as diplomacy.
Yeah, it's the poor man's diplomacy, but you can play it with diplomacy too, right? So
But
why that's good is that you can make a fleet that, it does something good, but it can't survive the first joust. Well, with those 2 cards, it's the initial joust is just going to be a joke, right?
Like when you're using this card, the best thing you're going to really do with it is you're going to do what? You're going to use it on your largest ship, or maybe a medium ship that's kind of fragile, target their biggest ship so they can't attack your particular ship this turn. And then focus fire on one of their smaller, their second largest ship or something? I don't know. Poor men can be diplomatic too. I suppose the other thing is that this is not in a prize pack, so. Still, just, didn't we have another card like this already? That ship, target a ship, it can't attack and you can't attack it?
Yeah, it was,
Well, there's
Wayun.
There's Corbomite maneuver, and then Aladar Jirok does something similar as well. But
Wayun 8.
Much worse.
The one with the mission tokens, yeah.
Yeah.
He was pretty bad too. On the other hand, it was actually kind of useful against the Borg cube token from Resistance OP3, Collective OP3. One of those two. But yeah, you're not taking provisional government because it's the best thing you got. It's not the best thing you got. Joseph, are you doing construction?
There's let me just mute myself.
Yeah, provisional government. One more card to go with, and that is More Than Meets the Eye, and sadly not a Transformers reference. Makes me very sad.
You don't have a sound drop for this, Tucker?
I don't, despite the fact that Paul Eiding is on my Facebook friends list. Actually, true story. This is a cool bit of trivia. I went to school with his daughter. I have been served food at a class event by Perceptor.
Well,
I hate you, Tucker.
He's a really nice guy too. I mean, he's one of the nicest people I've ever met.
My jealousy burns.
I have a funny story about that, but it has nothing to do with Attack Wing or Star Trek, so I'll tell you later.
Sounds good. More Than Meets the Eye, 1 point Bajoran talent. You may discard this card to place a scan token beside your ship, even if there is already one there. You cannot perform a scan action as a free action during the round you use this ability. Cool. Not bad.
Good point filler.
Invaluable advice.
With the price. It's hard to argue with the price.
Oh yeah. There is no other 1 point talent in the game.
I mean, and scan is a pretty good action. It works with Spock. It works with somebody else we're going to talk about today. I don't know. It works with Science Officer, and this isn't even taking the action. It's placing a token. You cannot. And this is another one, by the way. You cannot take a scan token, or you cannot take a scan action at all, or just as a free action. As a free action. So if you take it as your normal action, you can stack up the second scan token. And I mean, the closest thing to this, Invaluable Advice was still pretty darn good for its 2 point cost, and that a scan is not quite as versatile as a battle station, but if you're taking this, you're probably accounting for it anyway. Dude, if you're taking this, a scan means a battle station for you.
Yeah. Or you're using it to just disable for something that disables upgrades for random reasons. More attack dice, more defense dice, more something.
Or just so you lose initiative or whatever.
Because that seems to be one of the slots that actually still remains available when everything else is filled. It's like, well, what talent slot am I going to find for 1 point? It's like, nope! Doesn't happen. So, that's actually everything in this pack. Ratosha, Krim, Day, Jarrow, Bajoran, Militia, Assault Vessel, Provisional Government, More Than Meets the Eye, and 2 more Bajoran Militia. I'm going to skip this one, guys. You going to get it?
What are you going to skip?
I'm going to skip getting this pack.
Listen.
Look here.
Look here. The idea of being able to use Bajoran Militia to roll absurd numbers of attack dice is really just about the best thing ever.
If you
I don't
want
know
to,
if I'll get it or not. If there's ever going to be a swarm build, I think the first ship in it is going to be the NX-01, and then this would probably be the second. But there's a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff that needs to come out, I think, before it's ready. So
here's the
maybe
one.
one day.
Here's the one question I have for you guys that might have actually gotten the retail DS9. Did the retail DS9 come with DS9 as a Bajoran faction?
Yeah.
Or did that only come out of the Dominion War one?
Nope, it's retail.
Oh, good. So I was looking at the one I had, and I was like, "Is this just?" Well, I wasn't actually really looking at it because it's across the room from me, and I was like, I didn't remember. But I know there's the Dominion one. I know there's the Federation one. It did not come with the independent one, though.
Yeah, it's a nice little bonus for the people who want it in OP whatever. Is you do get the Indie one, which is 2 points cheaper.
Independent. No abilities. We don't need some stinking abilities. But
yeah, well, I mean, it's not like you're missing anything by losing the DS9 abilities anyway.
I have them all.
But yeah, the only other way to get a tech slot on this I remember is the guy that came with the prize scout ship. He was a terrorist of some sort, but he always let you get a tech that did not have a bonus cost on it for 3 points face down. And that was a long time ago.
Yeah, what was his name?
That was a long time ago. And he can't take cloaking device either, so cloaking device sadly is not going to work very well on this.
Tana Loss?
That's the guy.
The one.
Haven't put Bajoran into my faction filter on Space Dock before, I don't think.
I don't think many of us have.
Although, actually, what you could do is if there's a tech grade that... you know what you could do? This is a great one. You ready for this? You could use the Tana Loss tech upgrade to buy the auto control thing from the Dauntless, which also gives you another tech slot, and you can use that to buy cloaking device.
I wonder if that would work since you have to do it face down.
It just says one of the tech upgrades you purchase for Tana Loss ship costs exactly your 3 SP and is placed face down. That doesn't mean like the slot doesn't exist. Technically speaking, here's a question. When do you place it face down?
I think we'll let Worf deal with that.
Yeah, I know.
And we'll move on.
I don't have experience laundering money. I don't know what you're talking about.
Darn it, Tucker. Send some of that money our way.
No, that's actually less of a joke than you think. I'll explain some other time.
Oh, good. All right, so that is the end of the Ratosha.